All right, family. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sabra Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. That's right, family. I'm excited to say we got memberships on Sabra Seti's YouTube page. And what a dynamic team to be on. Of course, what a dynamic team to be on. And so, we have 4 levels of memberships, all providing you with some perks. You feel me? To be, on the team, and you get, certain perks such as live stream lectures, and you know what I'm saying, all type of behind the scene footage and this, that, and the third. You check it out. It's there for you. If you want to become a member, all you have to do is join. If you don't become a member, I still appreciate you for being on, and coming to the YouTube page to check out the information. And so, it's a win-win situation for the family. You feel me? This Sunday, of course, is going down. The code is mind-blowing. The code breakdown of the Bible ever, presented by yours truly, the one and only General Seti. And of course, it's gonna be dynamic. It's gonna, we're going into 20 chambers of mysteries revealed like nobody could do. You understand what I'm saying? I see you niggas out there. You see, yeah, I see you. You niggas, y'all niggas like them old time country preacher niggas. Yeah, I see you out there. Yeah. Yeah, I see you with, you know what I'm saying, with the lightning up under the polium and shit in the church and shit. And nigga got the got the moonshine and shit up under the polium. That kind of preaching. You see, and so, it's gonna be a powerful presentation. Check out the preview we had today. We'll have one maybe tomorrow, and just giving you previews and letting what a powerful, visually stunning presentation is gonna be. Information packed. Click the link. It's in the video description in the chat room. Begin to think. That's right, family. Ring the alarm. KingSeti.com online marketplace. We got 20% off at this time. When you get ready to check out, it's already waiting on you. Save before you shop. Not only do we have some hot products, we got a discount, 20% discount waiting on you right now before you even check out. You cannot lose. You see what I'm saying? You cannot lose. And so we have the classic and Jurassic DVD lectures, t-shirts and hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house, living room, dining room, kitchen, bathroom. We got you. Check us out. KingSeti.com. Pull the fire alarm. GeneralSeti.com. Seti University. Over 900 video presentations on African history, heritage, spirituality, nation building, all the hot subjects. The fire spitter, General Seti, been teaching down through the years. The Black Woman is God, Olmec Voyagers of the Nile, God Deception, when Egypt ruled the earth, the making of a nigga holiday, Holocaust. All the major subjects that we discuss is there in video catalog and library, 50, 60 videos in each library, with distinctive subjects relating to the main subject. So you got to go and check it out. Thank me later. Is no other platform with that type of information on that type of level. I promise you that. You see Seti popping on Patreon, BPC making noise. We never come, exclusive live stream. Too hot for YouTube or any other tube. You see, and or it's so exclusive that we just keep it for our Patreon family. And most definitely we're going hard tomorrow. You should be in the house. Go to Patreon, become a patron, and you already got access to a treasure chest of presentations that's only shown on Patreon. It's never been shown on any other platform. Exclusive. Check us out. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will. And you know I will. Ban your ass. You will be up out of there. Okay, so don't do nothing. And I got to let this other brother in. You know, I made a mistake. I got the trigger finger. You know what I'm saying? I didn't block the brother and shit by mistake and shit. And I got to go back in there. Hopefully, one of the brothers, you know, put him back on. I don't know, you know, but I got to find his name and get him back on there. You see what I'm saying? And so, all right. Let me get this. Let me get this in here. Okay, we're in the house. Okay, now we talking. We got to do some refuting. We got to refute the naysayers out there. We got to do this now because we got the key. You know, we got to let the family know that we on top of all the truth. You know, we on top of the truth. And you know, we got naysayers out there that say that, you know, the Pan-African community, and I don't use that term. I'm on that gas. You see, I don't use the term pan because I know what it means. You see what I'm saying? We on that gas. We on that global African supremacy for anybody out there that know what the general is about. That's right. What's up? What up, Doug? You see what I'm saying? So we are refuting because we you know, this is a teaching that I've always taught. You see, you know, and I've always taught that, you know, I understand based on how slavery was implemented. You see, in my logic, now nobody else, in my logic, and I know family, once they sit down and go through the logic, just like when we talk about, you know, the weather patterns, you see the terrain, you see, you know, in America that no black man or black woman is native or original, indigenous to this continent. We know that you could see that. You see, and so when we talk about the ancestry DNA test, you see, and understandably when we talk about you know, this, you know, what was implemented in slavery. And this is something that I've always taught. So when you get ready to reference me, you see, when you get ready to reference me, make sure that you reference what I always taught. Because, see, again, you niggas got straw man arguments. You arguing an argument that's already been refuted. See, it's a straw man argument when you arguing something that we not really talking about because it's already been refuted. You see what I'm saying? It's already been refuted. Now I'm gonna show you and prove to you exactly what I said, refuting this many years ago. Now, based on many slave revolts, that was going on in the islands, going on in South America, because those particular slave masters bought slaves in large lots from out of one area, you see, still had language intact, worshiped the same God, you see, was no barriers. You know, so when they began to organize, it was easier for them to organize, communicate, and overthrow the slave master and revolt in many areas. You see? And so the North American cracker, you see, trying to, you know, find, because he's going through the same shit. You know, he can't sleep at night. You see, and you know, and our brothers and sisters in North America, you know, they hearing about all, and they revolting too. Yeah, they revolting. It's a lot of revolts that went on here too. That don't, you know, that nobody want to talk about. You see, they want to portray black people like we just sat on our hands. You see, and that we did not revolt. We revolt just like any goddamn body else. But ain't nobody gonna tell you, who gonna teach you about that you revolted and you have some successes. That ain't what the master gonna do. You see, and so if you don't teach and tell yourself about these victories, you won't know about them. You see, and so the one thing that we understood that even in the Willie Lynch, you see, and a lot of people say, oh, you know, Willie Lynch ain't real, neither is the Bible, but you continue to teach that shit. Yeah. They say Willie Lynch is not real, but neither is the Constitution and the goddamn Declaration of Independence, but you still teach that shit. You see? Yeah. You see, it's a whole lot of shit that ain't real, but y'all haven't discarded it. And so a lot of people say that Willie Lynch isn't real. It's realer than what you want to believe, because many of you niggas fall right into the systematic plan that he put in effect. You see, many niggas fall into that plan. But when we talk about matter of fact, where's my I had a few slides that I wanted to bring up. I don't know where they at. Hopefully, let me see. Okay. Which one of them I had? It must have been that. Yep. Bingo. And so the thing is, what they understood, as they gathered together to try to lessen the ability, for the slaves to revolt. They looked at, many of the reasons why some of those revolts in other areas were successful. And so one of the things was buying in large lots, buying from one area. And so what they were starting to do in North America, they would buy slaves, and they would lessen the amount that they get from particular areas. And when they brought them to America, they made sure that they mix them up. You see, strategy, mix them up. Make sure you put them in, where it ain't too many that can speak the same languages. And, and so they start getting this system together. You see, and so by doing that, you see, and you bringing Africans from all over Africa and you mixing them up. You see, I already said, man, I said this shit damn near 15 years ago. That is no way with a program like that you would be able to trace your ancestry back to any one particular group. It's impossible. And the reason why, in order to have a seriously large number anyway, even though I didn't personally believe, is because I was teaching the crazy shit about it. I was even talking about the 60-minute shit long time ago. See, these is old straw man goddamn, where the white woman on 60 Minutes brought this sister on, and they did the DNA test thing. This was over damn near this shit was damn near 10 years ago. It might have even been longer than that. And brought the woman on, and they went through where she was from. You see what I'm saying? They went through the DNA test, and it said she was from one particular area, and they went there, and I believe they celebrated and this, that, and the third. Or I don't even know if they got to that point. You see, but they waited to the very end of the 60 minutes and said, well, we also got the results back from like 3 or 4 different places that they all test, and every last one of them has something different. You see, each one of them has something different. I said that shit over 10 years ago. You see, and and so that right there is a straw man argument that these niggas is using as if, again, like as if everybody, and if people want to take the test, it don't make no difference. But there is, scientific information coming out today, and it already been, in reality is, it's already been coming out. You see what I'm saying? Of the limitations of anything like that. You see what I'm saying? Anytime you think you're going to go back in time, you see, I don't give a fuck what some people think they could take bones and shit and all type of ancient shit and put carbon date shit and this, that, and the third. That's niggas thinking they got a scientific time machine. You see what I'm saying? And so, there is limitations and serious limitations to any type of going back into the past. You see, yes, you would be able to, some things, but see, the thing is, when you do experimentation, you have to be able, to prove it solidly. You see what I'm saying? It got to be solid. It got to be solid. It got to be solid. And, and so that's the thing about African people. They can say whatever the fuck they want to say. They can say whatever the fuck they want to say. Like I say, when you start talking about ancient civilization, and we could prove that the reality of what niggas living today come up out of ancient Egypt. You niggas can't prove shit come out of nothing. All these fucking fake ass, societies you niggas is creating, y'all late in the game. These is facts. You see, when you start breaking down, listen here. Motherfuckers say, again, they talk about what Egypt is and what Egypt isn't. We can sit here and prove what is in your house or, in society today that niggas is still benefiting off of, European, Asian too. And if we say today, let's take away all the things that we are benefiting from today that came out of Egypt, if we take that way, majority of you niggas will be out in the middle of a goddamn forest, some goddamn where, grunting and groaning. You see what I'm saying? With your fucking knuckles dragging the goddamn ground some goddamn where. Ooga booga or something, whatever, screaming ooga booga. Throwing a goddamn spear at a goddamn rabbit or something. You know what I'm saying? So this is the reality. And I might be harsh, but I'm not too harsh. I'm not far off from that. You see, we talking about society. We talking about mathematics, high mathematics. You see? And you talk about, because, when you talk about where we are today, it's still a progressive movement from ancient times into today. You just don't up and come up with complex science like that with hundreds, if not thousands of years of development. And so I would like to know, based on where we at today, what part of the world you believe was helping develop on a high state of technology in the ancient world that got us here today, and nobody is going to be confused about that. I tell motherfuckers all the time, you can go anywhere, you make Egypt last. Make Egypt last. Make Africa last. You ain't nigga. You can go to the Americas. You can go to Asia. You can go to Europe. You can go to Australia. You can go wherever the fuck you want to do. And when you come to Egypt, you don't need no book. You don't need no test. You don't need shit. You gonna understand that this right here was the origin of all high civilization and technology on the planet. See? So we got to quit with this straw man shit. You see, you're making arguments, and I'm glad I've been teaching for so long that you can go back and document this shit many, 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 many times before. You see? And so, you know, the reason why, and originally my argument about that didn't have nothing to do with today or dealing with any type of aboriginals or anything. What my argument was at that time was many people couldn't see coming from Egypt. They believed that, you know, our people was from West Africa, and the Egyptians or the East African somehow wasn't related to the West African. And I you know, in a confused state, you know, in a confused state, because so many people, in the irony of it, in West Africa is studying Egypt. And many of them don't even know how many West African nations claim East Africa as their origin, such as the Songhai people. You understand what I'm saying? Even the Dogons say that they come up out of Kemet. You see? So while we sitting up there making these straw man arguments, we don't even realize that East and West Africa has always been connected through trade routes from the ancient times, and knowledge was going back and forth, and people was going back and forth all the time. You see, from you know, all the time. And so the thing is we look, we can see that these trade routes, that's in app. See, y'all wasn't, you see, this is something beyond the little simplistic shit that you niggas is talking out here. You see, and so just to let y'all know, you know, niggas talking about some, you know what? And like I say, I don't hate on nobody, because people want to know. They want to know where they come from. And so if they could get a test that could give them some type of insight, you know, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with it. But we can't let it be the all in all. I don't have no, you know, and we can't let, you know, it would be something different if African people were in sole control of it. But even then, it's still not going to trump the fact that African people have been migrating all over Africa. You see what I'm saying? And some tribes was in the South, now in the North. Shit, some tribes that was in the North, now in the South. Some tribes, you know, and some people don't understand certain tribes, you know, it kind of took me back, you know, where I look, and it's some tribes that's in 9 or 10 different countries from east to west. You see, from east to west, people don't understand that. There are some tribes, and I'm going to bring that up, that are in 9 or 10 nations from east to west. So east is west, west is east. And see, the thing is, by Africans trading in Africa in ancient times, you see, and see, the thing is, they underestimate how ancient West Africa is. You see, outside of East Africa, you see, West Africa is you see, this, you know, it is comparably as ancient. You see what I'm saying? Comparably as ancient. Comparably as ancient. You know, Africans was in West Africa at least 100,000 years. You see what I'm saying? You know, in documentation of over, you know, they just finding, you know, nations. People think about Mali, Ghana, and Songhai, but then you got the Nok. The Nok was older than all of them. You know what I'm saying? And they just stumbled onto that civilization not long ago. So they just really just, you know, revealing, you know, some of what, you know, is up under that sand, and, you know, they just revealing it. You see, so it's a lot that ain't even been revealed yet. So, you know, but the thing is to understand that the people's is, you know, our people's been going back and forth and they've been interacting. Okay, yeah, you got some, you know, you got some people's, but they've been interacting. You see? And so there's no way for you to say which, you know, when you snatching up Africans and you throwing them in a damn slave dungeon, you ain't asking where the hell they came from. Where you come? Ain't no motherfucking nigga, get your ass in this damn slave pen. Nigga, get your ass in this slave pen. So they piling Africans in from all over the goddamn continent, even before they left. You see, and yes, as Dr. Ben taught me, yes, West Africa was the launching pad, and probably a vast majority of Africans were from West Africa. But you have to understand that the trading routes that was in Africa was there thousands of years before the slave trade. And so, you know, East Africans were coming to East Africans was coming to West Africa via these trade routes. West Africans was coming to East Africa into South Africa from these trading routes. They've been there. They've been there long before any European or Asian. And when the Arabs and the Europeans came in, these became slave routes, whereby, you know, the Arabs and even niggas, we have to say that were Arabized in their mind, who, you know, who thought of themselves Arabized in their mind. They brought slaves from East Africa to West Africa via these. That's why you can't say everybody was from West. And like I said, many of the Africans in West Africa came from East Africa. You see what I'm saying? The Songhay language is referred to. Matter of fact, let me bring that up. Because they referred to it as, you know, and so I had to get it. It was a particular and I had to get to it. I don't want to spend too much, you know, because it's gonna require me to go somewhere I don't, you know, and do research, and I don't want to but I seen it and I heard, you know, and they referred to it as a language in very similar to Nile Valley languages, East African languages. Nilo-Saharan family, there it is, Nilo. Now, you see, Saharan language, there it is, Nilo-Saharan language, okay? East African, mainly along the lower Nile, Sudan, Ethiopia, and all the way to Tanzania and Kenya. So that's the Songhay. So that right there should tell people that they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. You see what I'm saying? They don't know what they're talking about. And so you got right there. And so, of course, you see, you know, there. And so that's where we say, you know, you can't take no damn test, and because even in that, even before they left Africa, there was it has always been a form of, you know, where the families and tribes of Africa have always interbreed, period. And so when you talk about coming across you know, the ocean over here, and again in the slave, you know, the way that, you know, in North America, the slave master trying not to have the types of revolts that was going on in South America, in the islands. They just, they split them up. If they was from any particular group, one tribe, or they made sure they split them up, and they kept records like that to make sure that they didn't have a lot of Africans from one tribe where they could communicate and build a coalition to revolt. And so with a system of splitting the Africa, and even you got to understand, they had breeding farms. Which you mean to think that they just got one goddamn tribe and they just breed in one tribe? We all are Africa. Ain't no goddamn test gonna tell you that you from no one goddamn tribe. The only way you could have a large percentage of one group is to say that's how they bred them. They say, okay, we're gonna get them all from Angola, and then say, okay, we just breeding Africans from Angola. And it had to be that way down through your lineage. Not it had to be all that that way all the way down through your lineage up to you to have a large number. There's no way possible that could have happened. There's no way possible that could have happened. So I've always refuted that. But I refuted it when people tried to, pretend like we was just from West Africa. But not today, niggas is in. So if some people use it, I don't knock them for people wanting to know who they are. You see what I'm saying? But we have to speak the truth. We can't let a lie live. You see what I'm saying? When the people was already, and like I said, I already seen them refuted years ago. You know what I'm saying? When they showed that, they went to 3 and 4 different groups, they been did that. Y'all niggas acting like y'all and then exposed some shit. 60 Minutes did that shit 13 years ago. God damn, nigga, what y'all? That's old. Y'all niggas act like y'all invented this shit your goddamn self. You see what I'm saying? Y'all act like y'all digging up old shit. Y'all, that just show you. And again, y'all stretching information like everybody, but you calling, and even though I don't personally call myself a Pan-African, I understand what it means. I don't have no problem with people who personally refer to themselves as Pan-Africans. I don't use the term Pan. You know what I'm saying? It don't speak to supremacy. You understand what I'm saying? Pan is a goat god, and he's a perverted goat god on top of it. And so, we can get off into that at a different time, but it don't mean nothing, no different than what it always means. And so I don't speak no other deities, demon deities, and give reference to them at no time once I understand who they are and what they are. You see, and so I always speak global African supremacy, and I must have the supremacy. And that term Pan-African don't speak to supremacy. And so, if it ain't talking about no supremacy and all the what you speaking, then it ain't enough. Because we can't just be nationalists, we got to be supremacists. You see what I'm saying? That means we can't have nothing but the top spot, and I don't hear that. You know what I'm saying? In national, I don't hear that. You just building a nation. No. We're not just building it. We got to be on the top or whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? And if we building a nation, we got to be on top of the, when we dealing with nations, we got to be on the top. You see, we ain't just having no nation. No, they're just saying you fitting in. You some of them niggas got nations, but they walking step for step with the Cro-Magnon, and so that ain't speaking to what we speaking to. You see what I'm saying? And so again, that's a straw man argument. Not all Pan-African is it. I use it because people's is using it. Believe in ancestry and DNA. They don't. You know what I'm saying? They don't. They got logic of their own, and And a lot of our people, and I say I don't speak because they want to know. They want to know. And so when people is trying to reach back into the past, you know what I'm saying, and trying to find, they'll do, whatever they think is possible to build a link. You see what I'm saying? And so, but now that the facts is out, then, we have to accept that that's not the way. You see what I'm saying? That's just not the way. And it never has been. You see what I'm saying? It never has been. And so, because what it does, it separates us, you see, from family. And we have to come to realize that we are African. And that means it don't make no difference what side of Africa we from, because reality wise, we probably got African in us from every side of Africa. North, east, south, west. You know what I'm saying? It's no damn way from all this time. You think, you African. You see what I'm saying? You got blood in you from all damn sides of Africa. You see what I'm saying? When you think about all the ancestors that you have, you got, in each one of them. You see what I'm saying? You say Ancestry, Africa charged my brother $300 for a piece of paper talking about he's 100% Guinea. That's crazy. They had one black man, they say his ass was from Switzerland. 80%. He said he wanted his shit. Say that, he was 100%. 80%. He was from Switzerland. This motherfucking man said he want his money back. They say they say they stood on the shit. Oh my God. But these are just, it's a progressive, we have to learn. You know what I'm saying? We just, and we have to accept. We have to accept, the reality that we are a composite of Africa. That's what we are. We are a composite of Africa. We got blood in us, from north, east, south, and west, and accept it. You see, just accept it. If I'm in Nigeria, I'm Nigerian. If I'm in Ghana, I'm Ghanaian. That's how I rock. If I'm in Sudan, I'm Sudanese. You see, if I'm in South Africa, I'm South African. If I'm in Namibia, I'm Namibian. You see what I'm saying? If I'm in Kenya, I'm Kenyan. You see, that's how I rock. I don't change. If I'm there, I accept the customs, and I act accordingly. You see what I'm saying? I show respect. I respect the customs, and as I move throughout Africa, that's how I respond. I don't look to, and when I go into, I see that Africa is a nation of so many great cultures that I just want to go, and I'm respectful so that I can learn. I don't try to put nothing in between me and the culture. If it's some obscure shit, of course, but most of the time I'm just learning. You understand what I'm saying? I want to learn. I don't want to say, where this is how they do it over. I don't give a, that's bullshit. I'm there to learn. And so if any nation in Africa, it could be an African nation in the diaspora. I don't care. If I'm there to learn. I'm not there to put no wall in between me and the culture. I'm not trying to do that. That's how I learn. I don't do that. And so I've always kept, long as I understand that this is an African people, I don't put no boundaries up. It don't make no difference where we at on the planet. We are an African people. It don't matter where we at. We are African people. You see what I'm saying? And so we don't have to put up no, no walls and shit. You niggas is fractured in y'all mentality. You see, y'all don't even, I listen to y'all niggas. Yes, I get on niggas, but y'all don't even have the type of nature that what motherfuckers want to build with y'all. You know what I'm saying? You can't go nowhere because your mind is so full of, clutter. You understand what I'm saying? You can't even see past the clutter, most of you niggas. I hear how y'all fractured. You see what I'm saying? Y'all fractured and y'all ain't gonna go nowhere. With that, you have to be open. Stand on your own personal foundation, because you are African too. It ain't that we there to just, we got our own particular beliefs and understandings, and we are African people ourselves, and we are a nation within a nation. You see what I'm saying? We are that. We are a nation, and we are distinct, but yet and still that in our being distinct, there is the Africanness that is, a universal badge of, that is that can be recognized by African people all over the planet. We have these similarities. You understand what I'm saying? No matter where we at. Yes, we are unique, but we are so similar in many ways in our spirituality, and even, our rhythm, our frequencies, and this, that, and the third, that is still African. You see what I'm saying? It's still African. You got to understand that. You see what I'm saying? So we just wanted to set the record straight, because you niggas got to quit creating these straw man arguments again, arguing something that and acting like everybody believe the shit anyway. Y'all niggas is crazy. Quit arguing with yourself. You niggas ain't even arguing about shit. You see what I'm saying? And once you realize, and with the proof that it is a straw man argument, you'll realize, nigga, that you done spent 4 hours, nigga, talking about nothing. Y'all niggas is nothing but smoke and mirrors. And so, family, we just wanted to throw that out there to debunk another a super soft nigga out there with this straw man shit. And we gonna move past this. Once again, everything that is put forth as something that we indulge in, we gonna shoot that shit down with nothing but the truth. We got one more argument. We got one more presentation before we check out. Brother, wanted me to talk on the genocide of Tasmania. You want to talk on what the brother? I don't understand. I'm African. I don't know what you're talking about. You see what I'm saying? I'm African. I don't accept nothing. And I've never, and as I study my lineage, I've never seen one in my lineage. You see what I'm saying? So if you got one I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you. You feel me? This is the General Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education. Come right back. We got another fire one, a presentation for your family. Black Pop.